hello. Welcome to Making Meals with Meka Live. I am so excited to be here today. I have been thinking about this live since last week. And today we are in for a treat. For the whole month of October, we are focusing on apps and sips. You know, this is the fall. Well, the fall is coming. We have football season is in full effect. And we also have a plethora of holidays. So appetizers is a really good way to host and give your guests a lot of different variety without making, that's my oven, it's ready, without making huge batches of food. So for today, we are doing a spin on potato skins. We're making loaded smashed potatoes, and we are going to do everyone's favorite, the classic meatball. We're going to zhuzh it up a little bit. We're going to do a sweet and spicy meatball. You guys know, like the baby shower meatball, or whenever you go to an event, there's always a meatball. So we have to do a meatball. I'm going to give you guys my little secrets to making the best meatballs, and then we are going to end it with a delicious sangria. I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life that doesn't like sangria. That is what we are doing today. And let's get started. I am so excited. I am so excited to share this with you guys. We are starting with the loaded smashed potatoes. You guys, I can't even talk. I have taken the steps to prep multiple items because we are live, and I mean, I can't just sit here and boil potatoes while you guys are watching, right? So to start off with our smashed potatoes, the inspiration behind the smashed potatoes is I love loaded potato skins. I don't think I've ever met anyone who doesn't like potato skins. And basically you have the potato and it's, all the inside is scooped out, and then it has cheese and bacon and onion. These are going to be a variation of potato skins. These are smashed potatoes. That is what we're making today. I have taken the liberty to boil these baby red potatoes with the skin on. So these are already boiled. These took me maybe like 5. Well, honestly, they took, okay. Now here comes the fun part. Let's get started on the smashing. You guys are making meals with Meka. We are focusing on apps and sips the whole month of October. You are just tuning in. We are going to get started on our loaded smashed potatoes. And I was saying that my inspiration behind the loaded smashed potatoes is I love potato skins, but I also love pretty food, especially when you're hosting. And I just could not get my potato skins to look pretty on a platter. I just couldn't. So these loaded smashed potatoes are going to be really, really pretty. Hello, Africa 3961. I have never been to either. I have never been to either. But you guys are tuning in. Hi, Kel. Welcome. This is where the party is. We are just getting started. You are tuning in to Making Meals with Meka, and this whole entire month we are cooking appetizers and we are having some cocktails. I am getting started on the loaded smashed potatoes. I have taken the liberty to boil some small red potatoes. Hi B, hi Cheryl, how is everyone doing today? You guys are right on time. I have boiled my red potatoes, right? And I have my baking sheet. Hello, Mike. Hey, KB. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are taking notes because I am giving you guys the insider to making these appetizers. Happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday. How old are you? Happy birthday. You guys, please, everyone type happy birthday to Mike, okay? Take your moment and type happy birthday to Mike. Happy birthday. Hi, Nacha. Oh, you're 15? Oh, well, happy 15th birthday. Do you love to cook? You're in a perfect place. You are learning to cook. All right, you guys. So let's get started. All right, let's get started on making these because I have to finish. So we are doing our smashed potatoes. The key thing is I have boiled these red potatoes. You can use mini white potatoes, but the red potatoes add a little color, so I love the color. I have a baking sheet right here, okay? So on my baking sheet, I am going to place my potatoes. And these are a really great alternative to loaded potato skins because I can't get potato skins to look pretty. But I can make these smashed potatoes look gorgeous. And that is what we're going to do. If you are tuning in, it is Making Meals with Meka. We are cooking some appetizers and we are making a nice cocktail. But please, we have a guest on here. His name is Mike. He's turning 15 today. Yay, happy birthday, Mike. Now, Cheryl, is it really your birthday, Cheryl? It's Cheryl's birthday too. So I need everyone to tell Cheryl happy birthday too. You guys, this is your birthday party. We are here for your birthday party, okay? And Natasha, thank you for saying you love my videos. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. So on this, you guys, I have on this baking sheet, I have some potatoes, and we are going to smash these. There's no right or wrong way to smash these potatoes. I just take my cup, right? And I'm just going to put a little weight on them and smash them. And that's it. Okay? That's it. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, those don't look that good, but just wait a little bit. They're going to be great. This is going to be the perfect appetizer, you guys. So I'm just going through and I am smashing all of the potatoes. And I just made these a couple months ago, you know, just for myself. And they were absolutely delicious. This is going to be a great alternative to potato skins because let's just be honest. I don't care how good they are. Potato skins just don't look cute. And when you're doing appetizers, you want your appetizers to look cute, right? So we're just going to smash these potatoes. All right. Now, this month we are focusing on appetizers and we are doing one veggie forward appetizers and we're doing a protein forward. And potatoes are so good, you kind of forget that they're a vegetable. But they 100% are a vegetable, okay? So this is going to be a really great appetizer. So you guys see this? I have my smashed potatoes, all right? And we are going to season these. We have to season everything. So we're going to go through and I'm not going to use that salt shaker. We are going to season these with some salt. Okay? Because we want all of our food to taste delicious. So we're seasoning these potatoes with some salt. All right? And then we're doing black pepper. Do you guys like loaded baked potatoes? I feel like loaded potato skins are so delicious, but I said they just don't look pretty. So this is a prettier version. So when you are hosting a party, people are going to love these. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. Everyone loves a good loaded potato. So I have seasoned these with salt and pepper. And if you guys follow me or watch my videos, you know I'm going to use garlic powder. Garlic powder is like the coup de grace of all seasonings, okay? Salt, pepper, garlic powder. Now, I got to go to my fridge back here. And I got to get my cheese out. We are going to top these with cheese. Now, listen, you guys, I shred my own cheese. I always tell people, when you use cheese, please shred your own cheese. You really don't want to use the shredded cheese that's in the grocery store because it has a chemical on it to stop the cheese, to prevent the cheese from sticking together, because actual cheese is going to stick together. But you notice, like when you get the shredded cheese in the grocery store, it doesn't stick. It's because it has chemicals. Shred your own cheese, okay? So to the smashed potatoes, we have seasoned them with salt, pepper, and my favorite seasoning, garlic powder. Then here comes the fun part. We are going to load these with cheese. These are loaded smashed potatoes. And it's only going to get better from here. We're building flavor, okay? We're making this appetizer. This is the perfect appetizer if you're hosting like a football party, if you're hosting any type of Halloween gathering, any type of event. A potato appetizer goes really, really far. People love potatoes. They are a vegetable. They get you full. So I really encourage you, if you are hosting any type of event, to make these smashed potatoes because they are really going to be a crowd favorite. Okay. So I am loading these up with cheese. In the meantime, in between time, I have my oven. It has been preheated to 425 degrees because we want these, they're going to be kind of crispy so you can dip them. All right. So we have the potatoes loaded with the cheese. Yep, you guys see that? And we are not done yet. What is a loaded potato without bacon? Now, with this series, we are doing a vegetable forward appetizer and a protein forward appetizer. So if you are a vegetarian, you're going to skip this next step. I am not a vegetarian. I am a carnivore. All right, so we have our potatoes. And now we're going to add bacon. Oh, yeah. The bacon. Ooh. Come on now. Come on now. Nothing is better than bacon. Like, bacon is the candy of meat. Okay? So for all my meat eaters, you guys should love this step right now. We are loading the potatoes with bacon. Now, what I've done, I've taken some strips of bacon and I cut them myself. If you want to kind of bypass this step, you can get already made bacon bits. I was at the grocery store today and the bacon bits were $4. I mean, they were like $3.59 for 3 ounces. A whole pound of bacon was $5. So I came off better just getting a whole pound of bacon. But you know, if we want this to be easy peasy, just get bacon bits, okay? Hi guys, those of you that are tuning in, we are making meals with Meka today. Right now we are making our loaded smashed potatoes. We have Mike on here. Today is his birthday. So if you are just tuning in, please take time to wish Mike a happy birthday, you guys. Okay. All right. So we have our potatoes. All right. Our potatoes. And I have loaded these with cheese and bacon. Look at that. Look at that. All right. These are going to go in the oven. This is the steps to the potatoes. I have boiled the red potatoes. I smashed them on my baking sheet. I seasoned them with salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and I have now added some cheese and bacon. And these are going to go in the oven at 425. And I'm just going to let them do their thing, okay? Now it's time to work on our meatballs. Meatballs. Everyone loves meatballs no matter where you go. If you're going to a baby shower, if you go to a wedding, if you go to any type of party, there's always going to be some type of meatball. So we are making my meatballs today, okay? These are going to be my sweet and sour meatballs. I just have my pan on, getting warm. Uh-oh. Who moved my camera? Why did I move my camera? Okay, there we go. So in this bowl, I have 1 pound of ground sirloin. This is 97% and 3. So 97 and 3. This has 3% fat. I have ground sirloin in this bowl. This is how I season my meatballs, okay? So we have salt, of course, right? And then I'm going to go ahead with some black pepper. All right, we got to have, you know, salt and pepper is like bread and butter, peanut butter and jelly. Salt and pepper go together. So we have salt, we have black pepper. And then what do you guys think I'm going to add next? I'm definitely going to add some garlic powder because garlic powder is my favorite. Okay. Now, we want these to be nice and rich and delicious. So now I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to add approximately like 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. This is our meatball mixture. Okay. And then I'm also going to add some chopped onion. Okay. Now, if you want to, this is where you can get creative with your meatballs. You know, some people put eggs in their meatballs. Some people put breadcrumbs in their meatballs. I don't do that. I want my meatball to be nice and tight. So I don't put that in there. Some people put cheese in their meatballs. Now, I do put cheese in my meatballs sometimes. So this is where you can get creative. I want these to be a traditional sweet and sour meatball. I don't want them to be too soft because I like the texture of the ground sirloin. So in here, I'm not going to put any egg. I'm not going to put any binder like a breadcrumb. So this is going to ensure that these are, you know, relatively low carb. Okay. So salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion, Worcestershire sauce. And then we just got to go in and mix it with your hand. Okay. When I'm dealing with any type of meat, I like to mix it with my hand. Hi, Deontay. You guys, my brother is on here. Hello, brother. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where the party is. Brother, we have a guest on here. His name is Mike. It's his birthday. Wish him happy birthday. You guys are tuning in to Meals, Making Meals with Meka. And for the whole month of October, we are doing appetizers and sips. I just put the smashed loaded potatoes in the oven. We are working on our meatballs right here. And I have my meatball mixture for the appetizers. You know, and you guys, I said it's like football season. Okay, so if, you know, a lot of times you want to host and have some cute little appetizers besides having pizza or chips and salsa. This is perfect because it's meat and potatoes. Who doesn't like meat and potatoes? So this is going to be very hearty, very delicious, and still, for those who like to entertain, it's just going to add a certain level of sophistication to your events because we are all about being fancy, okay? Oh, thank you, brother. You know, I love when my family supports me. That's my baby brother, guys. Say hi to Deontay. All right, so one of my key tricks in the kitchen to know when your food is done is when or you know if it's seasoned, is you can smell the seasoning. And right now in these meatballs, I can smell the seasoning. These are going to be fire. Delicious. So welcome you guys. Those that are tuning in, you are making meals with Meka. We are making our appetizers. This is October and it's all about apps and sips. I have my loaded smashed potatoes in the oven. We are making our sweet and spicy meatballs, and then y'all need to stick around because I am going to teach you how to make a delicious sangria, and it's going to be awesome. So let's get started on these meatballs, shall we? All right. So we have the pan already hot, and I'm gonna put y'all on to game real quick, okay? I'm just gonna put just a tiny bit. This is gold right here, you guys. This is bacon grease, okay? I'm just gonna put a little bit of bacon grease in here, and that bacon grease is going to give the meatballs just a flavor that you can't imagine. If you don't eat pork, don't even worry about the bacon grease, you know, but I like to put just a little bit in here to coat my pan to make these meatballs even more delicious, okay? So we got the little bacon grease in there. The potatoes are going to be excellent. So this is how I ensure that all my meatballs are the same size. All right, I have 1 pound of ground sirloin in here. Okay, and what I do is I flatten it out middle like that, right down the middle. Cut it down the middle again. So I have 4 equal parts, okay? You can do this with meatballs, you can do this with hamburgers. If you want to make sure everything turns out the same way, do this. Cloudy, hello Cloudy, welcome. You are making meals with Meka. You are just in time. We are about to make these delicious meatballs. And then from one of these, I should be able to get like 3 meatballs. So I'm going to have like 15, 3 or 4 meatballs. I should have 15 or 20 meatballs, okay? And then we just go in and we're going to sear our meatballs off. Now, you guys, for these meatballs, I did not put any egg. I did not put any breadcrumbs. I'm a firm believer that egg and breadcrumbs do not go in meatballs. They do not go in hamburgers. They do go in meatloaf, okay? But we're not making meatloaf. We're making meatballs. So this is just the meat. We got onion and we got seasoning, all right? Hello, guys. Welcome. For those of you that's just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka, and we are making it up in this kitchen. All right, I am making these delicious meatballs right now. They are searing off. Can y'all hear that sizzle? It's gonna be delicious. So how is everybody's Wednesdays going? Like, what type of foods do you all like to have when you go to a party? Looks good. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Yay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Heart, thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. Thank you so much. So I was just asking, when you guys go to parties, what type of food do you like to eat at parties? I love to go to parties and eat. If a party has some good food, I'm gonna stay around. I'm gonna stick around. 9 times out of 10, if the food is not delicious, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. You like pizza? Pizza's okay. Pizza's all right. I'm not gonna clown pizza. Egg rolls are definite. Egg rolls, hey, you hit that on the head. Egg rolls are definite. Meatballs, chicken, wings. I'm good for a wing too. You know what else I like when I go to parties? I like a good dip. If they have a good spinach and artichoke dip, or they have some really good guacamole with some tortillas, oh, that's me all day. I love me a good dip at a party. I do love a good charcuterie. So give me some cheese and some crackers, and I am there all day, okay? So you guys, we are adding to the repertoire, okay? I feel like everyone likes meatballs. Like, who doesn't like meatballs? And of course, alcohol. That's why we're making cocktails today. We are making cocktails today. Alcohol is a must. But I normally bring my own alcohol. So you guys can bring this alcohol when you go to parties. I am making a sangria. Sangria is a really good it's a really good cocktail to bring to parties because it really isn't a very expensive cocktail. And it goes well with parties. You guys that are just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka. You guys missed the beginning when I I already have my smashed potatoes in the oven. But you're tuning in to the good part because we are putting our meatballs in this pan. Our meatballs consist of ground sirloin. We also have onion, and we have our seasoning, okay? So we're just going to sear these meatballs off. I know some people do put, I'm washing my hands. I know some people do put like eggs and breadcrumbs in their meatballs, but I don't do that. Okay, our potatoes are looking good. They're not quite done yet. So I am searing these meatballs off. And these are going to be a sweet and tangy meatball. The sauce is what's going to do it for us. All right, you guys? It's already smelling amazing in here. Okay, so my brother brought up, I used to make this drink called pimp juice. So I have always had an affinity for making cocktails, and pimp juice is delicious. Now, I have kind of extended from pimp juice, because pimp juice is really, really sweet, but it is delicious and it is a great drink for a party. Today we are making sangria, because one thing about me is I'm going to make sure I have a good cocktail, and I am going to teach everyone how to make good cocktails. You should always have 1 or 2 cocktails in your back pocket, okay? Always have 1 or 2 cocktails in your back pocket. I love Thai noodles too. I really do. So you guys, these have been cooking for about 2-3 minutes. I'm just going to flip them over just a little bit. And here's the thing to meatballs. I know people like ground turkey, meatballs, and things like that. I'm using ground sirloin because they hold their shape, right? When you start putting eggs and breadcrumbs in meatballs, I feel like they fall apart. I don't have time for my meatballs to be falling apart. I want my meatballs to be nice and sturdy. And can you guys see this? Can you guys see that? The meatballs are not falling apart. They are nice and sturdy. And Cloudy, I love espresso martinis. I love espresso martinis, and I am going to just keep tuning in, because before the end of the month, I am going to give you a variation of an espresso martini, and it is going to be delicious. Okay, so just tune in every Wednesday, making meals with Meka. We are here doing it in the kitchen. You guys, welcome. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka. We are doing our delicious appetizers. Okay, so I have the meatballs searing off. All right, I'm going to push these to the side just for a little bit, and those are going to be searing off. Let's get started on the sauce for these meatballs. I'm going to check my... Ooh, those potatoes are looking delicious. All right, let's make the sauce for the meatballs, okay? So we're going to start with some brown sugar. Remember, these are sweet and spicy. So I have about 1/4 cup of brown sugar, guys. All right, the brown sugar is really important because that is going to give us the sweetness. All right. I am going in with some sugar-free ketchup. Hi, Jay Rich. Hi. What? Jay Rich, Deontay, do you know Jay Rich? He said that you said I can't cook. I can cook, honey. You better go subscribe to my channel and check out those videos. Meka, it's one thing Meka can do well. I mean, it's a couple things I can do well. But one thing I can do very well is cook. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Making Meals with Meka. It's Wednesday. It always goes down in the kitchen on Wednesday. You guys are hanging out with me on Hump Day. We are specializing this week on appetizers. Football season is here. The holidays are here. So I am giving you guys the inside to making delicious appetizers for these parties. So we have our loaded potatoes in the oven. My meatballs are searing off. While these are searing off, let's get started on this sauce. And Jay Rich, I definitely can cook. Do you understand? All right. So we have our brown sugar, and I am going to add about a cup of, this is sugar-free ketchup. Okay. Sugar-free ketchup. All right. You can get this from most stores in the ketchup section. We have sugar-free ketchup. I'm also going to add some apple cider vinegar. This is just a couple of tablespoons. Deontay, have I met your friend in person? I don't think I've met your friend in person. You know, you want to tell them that Big Sis could cook. All right, we have some apple cider vinegar. And then we have some hot sauce. Whatever type of hot sauce you want. I am not loyal to any type of brand. Honestly, when I'm, you know, how prices are today, I'm going to get the hot sauce that's less expensive. All right. So we have brown sugar. We have ketchup. We have apple cider vinegar. And I also have some hot sauce. We're just going to whisk this all together. Okay. And this is going to be like a glaze. Now, when you're doing this, you guys always should cook. I love me some hot sauce too. I literally Listen, hot sauce is it's like an essential, okay? It's essential. So let's see what this is tasting like. It's delicious. Oh, it's spicy. Oh, that is delicious, you guys. So really simple. And then the last thing we're going to add is a little soy sauce. If you guys want to bring any type of specialty to your food, go ahead and add soy sauce to it. Soy sauce is not just for Asian cooking, okay? Soy sauce is just not for fried rice. Soy sauce adds a lot of depth to your dishes. All right, so let me see here. This is how it's simple. Oh, that's fire. Oh, y'all, that's fire. It is tangy. It is sweet. It has the soy sauce. That is perfect. Let's check on these meatballs. I'm going to pull them back so you guys can see them. Let me see what my... Ooh, those potatoes are looking quite delicious. All right. Let me go ahead and flip these meatballs one more time. Okay, the meatballs are looking great, you guys. Okay, what did you say? I use soy for many things. Soy is delicious. Soy is so underrated. You guys, let me tell you something. I put soy in my tuna. Now, I can't take credit for that. My friend used to work at a sub shop, and she told me that they put soy sauce in their tuna. And I was like, okay, tuna is fish. That makes sense. Ever since then, I've been putting soy sauce in my tuna. So if you haven't heard that yet or you haven't tried it yet, I'm going to put y'all on to game. Go ahead and put soy sauce in your tuna. And I just helped you step your tuna up a whole lot. Did you hear that, Jay? The one who said I can't cook? Yes, Cloudy, for dips too. Absolutely for dips. What? Okay, guys. So, we got the meatballs searing off here. And these are almost done. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Wednesday. For those who are tuning in, you're making meals with Meka. I'm going to be here every single Wednesday. All right? And I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite recipes with you guys, interacting. We're hanging out. Hello, Days Confessions. Hello, welcome. We're just hanging out. This is family. We're all hanging out. I got my baby brother on here. I got his friend on here. I got I got Cloudy on here. And it's just another day, and we're just hanging out in my kitchen. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and I share my favorite recipes with you guys because this is my passion, cooking and eating delicious food. All right, should I even dare ask, it's football season? Do you guys have any particular team that you root for? Anybody? Hi, Robert. Hi from Quebec. Hi from Quebec. I have never been to Canada. I really need to go to Canada. Okay, Robert, I need to go to Canada. When can I come to Canada and hang out? Like, seriously, that has been on my to-do list, is to come to Canada. I got my passport ready. Let's go. Go Irish. Okay, Notre Dame. You're a Notre Dame fan? Well, South Bend. Any other, what are we doing here? Any other football teams we're rooting for? I see Irish. Any other team? The Jaguars. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody rooting for the Jaguars, little brother. Okay, guys. The meatballs are done. Okay? And the I keep checking the oven because I have my potatoes in there. Alright, so the meatballs are done. Can y'all see that? Can y'all smell it? Okay. I'm gonna turn it down because the glaze, you don't have to do anything. The glaze is going to do what it does. So in this bowl, I have brown sugar, I have sugar-free ketchup, I have apple cider vinegar, I have hot sauce and soy sauce. That's all you need, okay? It's in Germany. You're in Germany? Hi, Pats. Hi. Hello. Oh, well, you can't sleep, boo. Well, guess what? Let's come on. If you can't sleep, just hang out with us and let's make some delicious food. Welcome from Germany, my dear. Welcome. We have someone here from Canada. You know, like we're just all here. We're just all one big happy family. I am going to pour the glaze. Ooh, this is sexy. Ooh. You guys, if people don't think that cooking is sexy, they have a problem. This is the sexiest thing I've seen all day. I mean, besides my boyfriend. But this is the sexiest thing I've seen all day, you guys. Look at, ooh, that glaze. Oh. Okay, and we don't have to do anything. We're just going to let the meatballs hang out. Look at that. Look at, do y'all see that? You guys, the meatballs are going, they're just hanging out in the glaze. All right? I'm just going to turn them, and I'm just going to let them hang out in the glaze, okay? Let's push this back. I'm going to push these to the side. Let's check on these potatoes. All right? Let me show you. I'm so excited to show you these potatoes. These are the potatoes. Smashed potatoes. Listen, we took some baby potatoes, we boiled them and we smashed them. We seasoned them with salt, black pepper, garlic powder. I drenched them with cheese and bacon. Okay? Now, this is when you're hosting your party. This is all you're going to do. You see that? Can you see that? Okay. It's just going to get better from here. You are going to take your plate, because we're plating these up. Okay? All right? This is how you're going to serve these when you have guests over. We have sour cream. All right? So with the sour cream, because we're fancy, we're just going to put a little bit of parsley on our sour cream. Okay? Put it on your plate. Boom. That's it. Now we're going to remove these potatoes. But I want you guys to see these. I want you guys to see these. These are crispy on one side, and they are crispy on the top with the bacon and the cheese. But then on the inside, they are like pillows. They are so soft. Oh, don't even worry about the chives, boo. Don't even worry about the chives, because I have something even better than the chives. But that's the final. You're rushing vibe, but I feel the vibe. So we're going to take our potatoes and we are just going to place them around our sour cream. So when you're hosting a party, people can grab the potatoes if they want to. They can dip it in the sour cream, get a little sour cream, right? And I feel like these just look so much better than potato skins. I don't care how good potato skins are, you just can't get them to look delicious. But these are like thick potato chips. I'm not joking. Right? Look at that. Look at that. We're not done though. We're not done. Then I'm going to take green onions. Now, Vibe said chives. You can do chives. But sometimes it's really hard to find chives in grocery stores, especially if they're not fresh. But you can find green onions. And you are just going to garnish with the green onion. If you want to, you can put the green onions on top of the sour cream. You can have a bowl next to these with the green onion. But you are going to garnish with the green onion. You guys, like, look at this. Tell me you would not eat this at a Super Bowl party. Or tell me you wouldn't eat this at any type of party. And tell me this does not look so delicious. Do you guys hear me? Isn't that, you thought Pringles are good? Right? So, look, this is the one I left over. But you go ahead and dip it in that sour cream. Look at that. Look at that. Delicious. Okay. I know I get so excited when I eat, guys. And when I get so excited. If you don't get this excited when you're cooking, why are you cooking? Look at that. Loaded smashed potatoes. You guys look at that. You just pick it up and smash it. So that's appetizer 1 is done. Thank you, brother. Look at that. All right. Appetizers 1 is done. Forget about it. Let's go ahead and plate these meatballs up because those are done too. And then we still got to do our cocktail. Okay. So when it comes time to the meatballs, this is where I feel everyone, you don't have to individually put, you know, a toothpick in all your meatballs. You don't do that. And yes, that is bacon on top of those. That, of course, that's bacon. So you guys see the glaze has been glazing and it's been doing everything it's supposed to do with these meatballs. You guys see that? So the meatballs have been swimming in this glaze. Okay? I always get excited. Do you hear me? And Pat, I was starving when I started this. I was like, I cannot wait to go live because I'm starving. Seriously. Okay, so we have these off to the side. They just look so pretty. With the meatballs, this is how you plate your meatballs, okay? You're just going to get, you can get a saucer, a long plate. All right, we're going to turn these off. And the thing with making food look fancy is all about, you just got to coordinate it, you know? So I'm going to line the meatballs up. You know, we can put them in a nice little straight line. That's where the entertaining comes, okay? You want your food to look pretty because people eat with their eyes. Okay? People eat with their eyes. So we're just going to line these up. Nothing fancy. But it's nice and orderly. And then what we're going to do, you see this sauce? We're not done with that sauce. Okay? We're not done with the glaze. What do y'all think I'm going to do with this glaze? You already know. We're just going to pour the glaze over those meatballs. Just, oh my God. Just pour it. Pour the glaze over the meatballs like that. Okay? Just pour it over there. Oh my goodness. And then, because we're fancy, we just a little bit, you know, because the parsley just makes it look so fancy, you guys. Right? Fancy. All right. Now you're like, how do you serve the meatballs? Now you can, if you want to, you can take your toothpicks and individually put the toothpicks in all the meatballs. I don't like that, right? But what you can do is you can have a little container with the toothpicks, or you can put these on a saucer or a plate, and people can come on their own, get their meatball, and there you go. Come on now. Come on now. Now I gotta blow it. But look at that. Isn't that delicious? And look, if you're at a party, tell me if you are at a party and you see these meatballs with the toothpicks next to it, and you see these, that you are not going to fill your plate up with these. Oh, I've never tried smoking my meatballs on a barbecue, but it's not above me. Thank you for that suggestion. I will. All right, I want to make sure this meatball is warm enough. Let's see. That's a good meatball. Look at that. It does not fall apart. You see that? So the meatball is seasoned perfectly, and because I didn't put any egg or anything, it's not mushy. It's nice and tender. And then it's hot and spicy and sweet. And it's fire. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Now it's time for the cocktail. All right, let's get ready for this cocktail. This is my favorite part. Y'all ready for this? All right. Hold on, guys. All right, so for my cutting board, I have one side that's for vegetables and the other side is for fruit. So for this sangria, I know some people feel different ways about sangria. This is a grown man, grown woman's sangria. Okay? For those of you that's just tuning in, we're at the final stage of this party. We have already made our loaded smashed potatoes. We have already made our sweet and tangy spicy meatballs. Now it's time for this cocktail because we always got to have a cocktail. All right. This is the sangria. Now I'm gonna make it in this because I'm not gonna make a big picture. But this would be perfect if you are hosting a party, if you're going to a party. It's time for this cocktail, and we will keep the cocktails coming. Okay, that's my baby brother. We keep the cocktails flowing. All right, so let's get started. This is going to be a nice, sweet, and tangy sangria. So I'm starting with a red wine. This is a sweet red wine. If you don't want it as sweet, you can use a Merlot, you can use a Cabernet, but this is a soft red wine. And we're going to pour about 1 cup of red wine. So this is going to make you two drinks. But do I deliver? Hit me up on my messenger. And this is about 1 cup of red wine. This is going to be 2 servings, guys. Okay? 1 cup of red wine. Now, if you are a cognac drinker or a brown liquor drinker, this drink is for you. In here, this is VSOP. Okay? You don't got to get fancy, though. You can use regular cognac. You can use brandy. But because our wine is sweet, we want to make this, we want to make this good for me, a man or a woman or someone who drinks, okay? So we are pouring 2 shots of cognac. And because I'm fancy, we're using VSOP. Don't play with me, okay? Don't play with me, y'all. Don't play with me. All right, 1 more. So, and I'm doing this because I just want to add a little je ne sais quoi. So I am using an orange liqueur. Okay. So this is blue curacao. Now I didn't go to the store and get Cointreau or anything like that. You can use Cointreau. You can use Grand Marnier. If you use that, this is definitely a top shelf sangria. But I am using blue curacao. It is more affordable, especially if you are like making a picture of this, because Cointreau is pretty expensive. So we just go ahead and put some blue curacao. It's all orange liqueur, right? And I want to see what color this will make it. It's a sangria, so you want it to be like nice and festive. So I'm going to put about 2 shots of the Cointreau in there. Okay, so we have our wine, we have our cognac, and we have our Cointreau. Okay, boo, boo, boo. We're going to stir that up. We're going to stir it up. Okay? Now we're going to take an orange. And yes, this is important, you guys. You can use orange juice if you want. When it comes to delicious cocktails, I have found that if you use real fruit, it makes it better. Hello, Super Dragon. So you are at the end where we are making a cocktail. This is a sangria that I am making, okay? This is a sangria that's going to be all sangrias. I have a sweet red wine. I have some VSOP cognac, and then I have some orange liqueur. So to follow up with the orange liqueur, okay, I am going to juice half of a orange in here. Now that is real big, so I'm gonna have to break it down. But you want to juice half of an orange. Okay? Now you can use orange juice, but I feel like the orange is a little bit better. It's not going to add as much sweetness. Okay? Okay? So we're going to juice the orange. Because you guys, this is a sangria. So we got to have the fruitiness to the sangria. All right. And that is the base. Stir it up. Now I'm making this in this little container because this is only for 2. But if you're having a party, you want to make it in a pitcher. Now we're going to take our glass. Now in this glass, I have some raspberries because my red wine has raspberries. These were frozen raspberries. You don't have to go and get fresh raspberries. You can. I just put some frozen raspberries in here. And then we have an apple. So sangria, you guys, fruit. So you want to make it pretty. So for the apple, I'm going to leave the skin on. Okay? I'm going to cut it in half. And this is a real quick way to core an apple. All right? You cut it in half. You cut it in half again. You want to know how to get that core out? You just go to the side and you just slice down. And that core comes right out. Let me show you again. You're going to take your apple wedge. You're going to go in and just slice down. Easy way to get that core out. So to my beautiful glass with the raspberries, I'm just going to take my apple and I'm just going to cut some chunks. Because if anyone has had sangria, you know that you eat the fruit that's been floating in the liquor because it's delicious. Okay? And then I am going to put some ice. You always serve your sangria over ice. So I'm going to put some ice in here. Okay? Then make sure I stir it. I'm going to pour my... Look at that. Oh, it's nice and dark and delicious. Now, it's not done yet. Okay? A key to making a good cocktail is it needs to have different characteristics, right? You don't want, unless you're drinking it on the rocks or neat, when you make mixed cocktails, it has to have a balance, all right? So in here, we have the wine. That's going to be the body of it. Then we have the cognac. That's going to give it the punch. Then we have the orange liqueur. That's going to smooth it out a little bit, right? And we have the orange juice. It's going to tie it all together. But right now, it's still missing something. We need to add a little fizz to it. And this is where we're going to add some sparkling water. I'm adding sparkling water. Woo! Y'all see that? Woo! I am adding sparkling water. But you can add ginger ale. Ginger ale is going to make it a little bit sweet, right? You can add seltzer. You can add anything bubbly. You can add, hell, you can add Sprite if you want to. 7-Up. But you need to add bubbles to this. That's what's going to set it apart from everything else. And we're just going to top it with the bubbles. Right? Top it with the bubbles. That's it. And then because it's a sangria, we got to garnish it. So I'm going to cut a little wedge of my orange because there's orange in it. And you always garnish your drink with whatever flavor is in it. So you can garnish this with a raspberry. You can garnish this with whatever we put in here. But I like to garnish it with an orange. And then check this out. We have this sangria. Do you hear me? How much do I practice making perfect sangria? Well, here's a little hi HD, welcome. I'm a mixologist, so I just make drinks all the time. Now you guys know I gotta try this. So when I drink my drink, you don't have to sit there and just let it hang out, let your garnish hang out. You can just, put it in the glass. But let's go ahead and try this. That's delicious. Let me tell you what flavor this is. What it's going to taste like. It's not overly sweet, right? But sometimes wine can be bitter. Sometimes cognac or the brandy could be like, This blends everything together. So you have a cocktail that takes all these different flavors, wraps it up in a nice little bowl. It's not too sugary. It's not too bitter, though. It's like delicious. And you just sip on this. So let's recap, shall we? You guys have been making meals with Meka. And this is our cocktail, apps and sips month. And this is what we've done. We have made some delicious, dippable, right? Just go ahead, dip. And these are loaded, smashed potatoes. Look it up. Delicious, guys. Any party. Go ahead and make these. We have made our sweet and tangy meatballs. If you make these, you're going to make sure that your guests have something to pick them up with. You know, you don't have to stick them all with the toothpicks. It doesn't look cute, but just provide them. They can pick them up themselves. Okay. And then we have our cocktail. It's delicious. And this is our sangria. Our sangria is a red wine base with some cognac. We did put the cognac in there with some orange liqueur, and we topped it off with some sparkling water. Salud. Okay. You guys, that is it for today. Next week, we will have 2 more appetizers. The appetizers are one's going to be veggie based. One is going to be protein based. So if you are a meat eater, if you're a vegetarian, there's going to be something for everyone. And we're also going to have another cocktail. And I am giving you guys these recipes because, you know, it's football season, it's holiday season, there's going to be tons of parties. This is for you to either, all of these are good to box up and take to a party. Or if you're hosting, these are perfect and they are not going to break the bank, guys. They're really easy, really simple, doesn't take that long, and they're delicious. So I really appreciate everybody. Cloudy, Jay Rich, Deontay, Mike, my friend from Germany, my friend from Quebec. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go subscribe to Making Meals with Meka. Hit the little bell. You will stay abreast on whatever I have coming out. I'm always posting a reel, right? I'm always posting a hack here or a recipe here because I love to cook. But every single Wednesday, thank you, Pats. Every single Wednesday, it goes down right here in my kitchen. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for making meals with Meka. It is always, we are making meals with Meka. I will see you guys next Wednesday. Love you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye, bye, bye.